Tensions flared as Netflix employees participated in a walkout to support their trans colleagues and protest the company's continued support of Dave Chappelle's most recent special, The Closer. Now, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos admits he, quote, screwed up, saying his remarks on content not causing real-world harm was also an oversimplification and lacking in humanity. Oh, boy. Tiana Lowe, contributor here at The First TV, joins now to discuss. Tiana, good to see you.
Good evening, Buck. Hi.
So the Netflix CEO tried to stand for content and free speech for like a day, and then the sad semi-walk back underway. What happened here?
Obviously, Netflix just wants to be eaten last. The revolution always eats its own, and they're just trying to delay how long their cancellation takes. You know, Susan Rice used to be on the board. They gave contracts to the very woke Obamas, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And, you know, Chappelle decided to touch the third rail, which is now apparently the whole trans thing. It first came Me Too, which was replaced by BLM, and now it's the trans thing.
The Trans Employee Resource Group at Netflix, which obviously exists, but I'm just learning it now, has released a list of demands, because a list of demands always shows the negotiations are in good faith, for the company ahead of yesterday's walkouts. Content investment. These are the trans community demands. Content investment, create a new fund to specifically develop trans and non-binary talent, employee relations and safety, recruit trans people, especially BIPOC, for leadership roles in the company. I believe that is Black, Indigenous, and people of color, if my wokeology is correct. Eliminate references, imagery of transphobic titles or talent inside of the workplace. Harm reduction. Acknowledge the harm and Netflix's responsibility for this harm from transphobic content, and in particular harm to the Black trans community. Woo, Tiana, there's a lot of stuff there. What do you make of it?
Okay, I really want to know. Netflix is headquartered in Hollywood, which is, a D+40 town. You walk through West Hollywood and there are rainbow flags everywhere. What is the harm being done to Netflix employees? This isn't rural Kentucky in an evangelical church, let alone the Taliban. Everyone's using their preferred pronouns. No one is throwing the fit about who's using what bathroom. So really, what is the harm? In what ways are they actually being discriminated against to the point where they aren't even saying discomfort, they are saying harm? That implies something physical. And the truth is it's not, because we just live in this weird dystopian society where words are violence, but actual violence isn't violence. And Chappelle's just proving them right.
I mean, it's amazing, actually, that trans activists and a bunch of mostly white leftists staged this walkout protest at the Netflix headquarters, because of the Dave Chappelle special. We see here, for people wondering, a guy showed up. There are some people who showed up with, I like jokes, we like Dave, and I think those are most of the, basically, we like Dave and we like jokes. And the trans activists, as you can see, ripped it out of his hand. That's destruction of property. It's actually not okay. Destroyed his sign. And then my favorite part, Tiana, was once they had destroyed his sign, they claimed the pole that he had to hold the sign up was a weapon. And then you see this lunatic here doing this sort of passive aggressive, like, you're not in my space, I'm in your space. I'm in your space, you're in, like, what is wrong with these people?
Whenever I see these sorts of blow-ups, these workplace blow-ups, and even at the New York Times when they were putting axes next to Barry Weiss's name for having the audacity to publish Jewish Voices, I wonder, what the hell would it be like to work at these places? Can you imagine? I mean, maybe 30 years ago, conservatives were the ones that were a little bit too up in everyone else's business. But now we are just, leave me the hell alone. Just get along with your colleague. It seems like this just seems like it'd be a toxic place. How many people are saving Slack chats because someone uses the wrong gender or makes a slightly off-color joke, so then they can use it to get them canceled publicly? I mean, this is it borders on a mental illness. And I say this as someone who's fine calling Caitlyn Jenner a she and all of that. But this is what's being incurred because a program had someone make a joke. They're trying to censor jokes, comedy.